Okay, welcome to our engineering class, and today we are going to talk about orthographic projection. Orthographic projection is simply the representation of the three-dimension view to the two-dimension view. In performing orthographic projection, there are two basic methods that we use in performing orthographic projection, and these methods include the first angle projection and the third angle projection. Today's class we are going to discuss widely on the difference between the first angle projection and the third angle. Let us not waste time. Let us start with the first angle projection. In the first angle projection, we are going to see on how to present the views on the first angle projection. For the first angle projection, we shall have the two cases. For the first case and the second case, where for the first case, we shall discuss on our objects here. We have the two objects here that we shall discuss today's class. Will help us to identify and get the big knowledge on the orthographic projection. Now for the first case here is when our side view, when we talk about the side view, when we have our object here, you can see when we have our object here, this or this here, when we have our object here, the object at the front view is always represented by a letter. The front view, it may be represented by letter A or any case letter. But for our case here, the front view is represented. This is our front view. This is our front view. It's presented by letter F. This is our front view. Our front view presented by letter F. So if this is our front view, then this will be our top view. This would be the left side view, and this would be our right side view. For most cases, we shall portray today's dealing with this right view here, the right view. So this will be the front view, this will be the top view, and this will be the right view. So for the first case in the first angle projection, when dealing with the first angle projection, if you are portraying the right side view of your object, you have to place it at the left side of the X and Y axis of your first angle. This is for the first case when dealing with the right side. So in the first angle projection, normally the top is always at the bottom of the Y and the X axis, but also the front is always at the top of the top view. Beside the front, we have the right side. So you have to be aware that in the first angle projection, for the first case, when dealing with the right angle, we place the right angle at the left side of your Y and X axis. This is the Y and X axis. This is the right side of our Y and X axis, but this is the left side of our Y and X axis. On the left side is where we place the right side view of the object. This is the right side view. On our object, this is right side view, but when we want to present this object on the orthographic projection, we shall represent it on the left side for first angle projection. But also here we are going to deal with, I'm going to see the second case. This object here, for the second case now, our object here, you can see this is the front. As I've said, the front side is always portrayed by the letter. For instance, here is represented by the letter F. So this is our front side. This is our front side. This is our front side here. This is our front side. This will be our front side. What we view when we are on the front, this will be our front side. This interpretation of sides. So if this is our front side, then this will be our top view of this object. This will be the top view of the object. But the side view of the object, this will be the side view here, and this will be the side view. Beside here, we shall have the other side view. So, from this object, the seen side view is the left side view. So this is the left side view of our object. The front, the top, this is the side view, but at the left side of our hand. So, if this is the left side on the orthographic projection, we are going to place the left side on our right side and of our Y and X axis that we are portraying the views of orthographic projection. So here you shall see the top is always at the bottom for the first angle projection. The top is always at the bottom as for the first case. But here, above the top, we always have the front view, and beside the front view we have always the side. But this time, for this case, the left side view is placed at the light side. This is the light side of your x and y axis. But for when you want to present the light side, you present it at the left side of the first angle projection. So this is the first concept you have to be aware on the first angle projection. This is the first concept, and we shall see how it differs to the third angle projection. So without being aware of this, you cannot draw the orthographic projection. So keep the note that the left side of your object is always presented on the light side for the first angle projection on the y and x axis diagram. Then after seeing the first angle projection, let us see the third angle projection. Third angle projection, now here, we also going to see the two cases on the third angle projection. The first case, also we are going to talk when the view is at the right and at the left. So for the first case here, on our third angle projection, we are going to use the same diagram. We are going to use the same diagram. For this third angle projection, when our object, here this is the object, as I said in the first angle projection, this is the front view, as I've already explained when I was explaining the first angle projection. And this is the top, this is the side, but this side is on our right view. So when this side is on our right view, on the third angle projection, we portray the light side on the light of your hand, on the light side. This will be our light side. This will be our light side. But also, when for this second diagram here, where I've already said this will be our front because we've already portrayed the letter F here, and this will be the top, this will be the side view. So this side view, but will be at the left. So when the side view is at the left, we also portray the side view at the left side. When the side view is at the left, then on our x and y axis, we also portray it at the left side. This is somehow different to the first angle projection. But also in the third angle projection, the top view is always at the top. The top view is always at the top for the third angle projection. For both cases, the top view is always at the top. Top view is always at the top. But for the first angle projection, now I portray the difference now. For the first angle projection, the top view is always at the bottom. The top view is always at the bottom for this, both cases. The first case, as I told you, when we are portraying the light view and the left view. Both cases, the top is always at the bottom for the first angle projection. But for the third angle projection, the top is always at the top. Be careful with that. The first thing you have to be careful with. The top is always at the top for the third angle projection. The top is always at the bottom for the first angle projection. But for the first angle projection, the light view is always placed at the left of your y and x axis. But for the third angle projection, the light view is always placed at the light side of your x and y axis. You see, on third angle projection, the light is at the light, but for the first angle projection, the light is always at the left. But also for the first angle projection, the left is always at the light. See, this is my right hand, and this is my left hand. So this is, the left is always portrayed at the light side. But for the case of orthographic projection, the left is always portrayed at the left side of your y and x axis. So for this case of third angle projection, if it is left, you place it at the left, right, place it at the right. But for the case of first angle, it becomes the vice versa of the case. I think that is one of the concepts that you have to be aware a lot on the orthographic projection. This will help you in arrangement of the views. Next period, we are going to discuss now on how to draw these views on our portrayed formations. So we are going to discuss on the interpretations, next part of orthographic projection, on the interpretation of our object to the orthographic projection. So please subscribe our channel and wait for the next part of orthographic projection. Wish you the best.